It's raining. Definitely a Pajeon kind of day. That one sentence is all it takes. Every Korean hears it and instantly nods in agreement. When the rain starts to fall, for some mysterious reason, we crave crispy, savory Pajeon, Korean green onion pancakes, and a glass of smooth Makgeolli, the traditional rice wine that goes down like silk. It's more than just a meal. This pairing is often called Korea's official rainy day combo. But to outsiders, it sounds a bit strange. Why eat pancakes when it rains? And why pair it with rice wine? Fair questions. And that's exactly what we're about to answer. In this video, you'll discover the history, emotions, psychology, and modern lifestyle hidden in this humble meal. Why it matters, where it came from, and what it says about Korean culture. It's a story that will make you hungry. And maybe even book a flight to Korea. Welcome to the rainy day legend of Pajeon and Makgeolli. Let's begin with the story of Makgeolli. Makgeolli, even the name sounds unusual, doesn't it? But its meaning is actually quite simple. It comes from the words just strained. In other words, it's a freshly brewed rice wine that's lightly filtered right after it's made. It's believed that Koreans have been drinking this for thousands of years. During the Goryeo dynasty, the scholar Yi Gubo even wrote in a poem, "I drank Makgeolli before taking the civil service exam." And a Chinese envoy from the Song dynasty recorded the people of Goryeo brew alcohol using traditional fermentation starter and non-glutinous rice, and enjoy a cloudy liquor. That cloudy liquor. That's exactly what we now call Makgeolli. But why Makgeolli, of all drinks? Because it was the drink of farmers, what Koreans called farmer's liquor. It was made from rice, so it was calorie-rich. Its alcohol content was low, so people didn't get drunk too easily. In a way, it was the perfect energy drink, great after a long day's work. And more than anything, Makgeolli wasn't meant to be drunk alone. It was always shared with neighbors, during celebrations, when making kimchi, even at funerals. People would drink it while building homes, raising roof tiles, or completing a harvest. Where there was community, there was Makgeolli. And where there was Makgeolli, there was always John. Korean savory pancakes. Among them, Pajeon the green onion pancake was the simplest and most affordable. Just pour some batter, toss on a few green onions, and sizzle it in a pan. Done. Add a bit of seafood, and it becomes Haemyeol Pajeon, an upgraded version. Since the Joseon dynasty, John has been a staple at major holidays, ancestral rites, and local feasts. There were many various Johns, each made with different ingredients, but the most popular, Pajeon. Why? Because it was cheap, quick to make, filling, and most of all, perfect for sharing. A meal made to be enjoyed together, just like the drink that always comes with it. So, when you think about it, Makgeolli and Pajeon don't just taste good together. They share something even more important. They're meant to be shared. Not something you eat alone, but something you enjoy with others. On a rainy day, sitting under the eaves of a small restaurant, listening to the sizzling sound from the pan, passing around a bowl, clinking chopsticks. That's why, for Koreans, these two have always been inseparable. If that was the traditional background, then now it's time to answer the real question. Why do Koreans eat this specifically on rainy days? To be honest, even most Koreans don't exactly know the reason. But, strangely, when it rains, our cravings change. We start longing for something hot and greasy like John, and something sweet and slightly fizzy like Makgeolli. But why? Many Koreans say this. Don't the sound of rain and the sound of Pajeon sizzling in the pan sound kind of the same? It's oddly true. The crackling sound of Pajeon cooking, and the gentle patter of raindrops hitting a window, actually share a very similar frequency range. Psychologists call this sensory association. It's when two stimuli are repeatedly experienced together, so that even just one of them later triggers the other automatically. So now, whenever we hear the sound of rain, our brains instantly flip into Pajeon mode. On rainy days, the humidity in the air rises, and that makes the smell of oil even more intense. When someone starts frying John in the kitchen, that savory aroma spreads all the way down the apartment hallway. But it's not just a smell, it's a memory. The scent of Pajeon your grandmother used to make. The family dinners during summer monsoon breaks. These memories come floating back, carried by scent and rain. When it rains, there's less sunlight and lower atmospheric pressure. As a result, your brain produces less serotonin and dopamine. In simpler terms, rainy days naturally make you feel a little low. That's when our bodies instinctively crave comfort food. Things that are sweet, fatty, and rich in carbs. It's your brain saying, I'm feeling down. Please cheer me up. Enter Pajeon, a crispy, oily, carb-loaded delight, and Makgeolli, sweet, fizzy, fermented rice wine that warms the soul. Together, they're more than just food. They're a uniquely Korean recipe for healing. In Korea, a rainy day isn't just a weather event. It's a trigger, a day when people act on a very specific craving. How specific? On rainy days, sales of Makgeolli in convenience stores jump by 20 to 30% compared to average days. Traditional pubs and seafood pancake restaurants expect lines out the door. And it's not just the older generation. Young people have fully embraced this culture too. Makgeolli, once dismissed as an old folks drink, has now been rebranded as a trendy traditional beverage. On social media, you'll find posts tagged, "Rainy Day Vibes, My Soul Food Moment," often with a cozy glass of Makgeolli framed against a rainy window. There are now Makgeolli galleries, aesthetic bars, and traditional pubs with modern twists. What used to be sipped at countryside taverns is now enjoyed in hip neighborhoods. And of course, right beside it, there's always Pajeon. This tradition has become a kind of rainy day ritual. You wake up, look out the window and say, oh, it's raining. Should we get Pajeon? The only question is, who will you eat with, and where? If you're alone, delivery. If it's just two of you, a local pub. If it's a group, why not a moody Makgeolli bar with warm lighting and wood tables? It's what Koreans call a plan within no plan. Because when it rains, the menu's already decided. So far, we've explored why Koreans eat Pajeon and drink Makgeolli on rainy days. Through history, senses, psychology, habits, and modern culture, and the answer is clear. It's not just food, it's an emotion, a memory, a shared rhythm of life, only awakened when the rain begins to fall. But before we end, there's one last, and perhaps most important, thing to say. It's about connection. Every country has its own rainy day comfort food. In the US, it might be steaming chicken noodle soup. In the UK, a hot cup of tea with buttered scones. In Japan, a bowl of warm udon. In Mexico, consomme and a crusty torta. In Spain, hot chocolate con churros on a chilly afternoon. It's not just about taste. It's about how those foods make you feel. That instant sense of comfort, of being home. In Korea, that comforting duo is Pajeon and Makgeolli. So, if you ever visit Korea, and you happen to catch a rainy day, I truly recommend this experience. Find a cozy spot, order a sizzling plate of Pajeon, and a bowl of cloudy Makgeolli, and discover a side of Korea that's not just about food, but about warmth, memory, and shared emotion. It's a taste of Korea you'll never forget.